Hello YouTubes! So, got my coffee and we are on our way to the eBay Open in London. So I've been looking forward to this for quite a while. There's going to be loads of good people there, some who I have met previously and some who I talked to online and I've never met. So super excited for that.
That's your line.
I feel like I'm being interviewed, but anyway.
Sorry.
So I just had a really good chat with, there's a GSP stand, so I had a chat with them and just regarding this glitch where, so it should be a GSP sale, but it's asking me personally to ship internationally myself, which I don't do. So the man I spoke to there, he said that that was a glitch last week and it has been fixed. So hopefully that is the case. I have got a few orders still open from that glitch, so I do need to have a bit more of a look into that and see whether they have actually been sent an invoice. But that was really good to have a chat, and also I was just a bit confused about the VAT situation too. So I sold something to Jersey, which I thought Jersey was technically the UK, but it turns out that we are paying some kind of like intra-border VAT. Kind of the mind boggles, but anyway, I need to do a bit of research on that when I get home as well. So I have been asking many people about live selling, and they said it's kind of in the pipeline, but it's not kind of there. No deadline. So live selling is something they're working on. We don't know in what capacity. It's going to be, I guess it's going to be rolled out in America first, and no kind of deadlines or dates as yet, so it's going to be interesting. eBay live selling, mad. So overall, my vlogging from the day was not great. There was just too many people to see and chat to. So I thought I would just have a quick recap now over kind of what I'm taking away from the eBay Open. So first off, it was amazing. There was so many other people, resellers, the Instagram community, people who I've talked to for years, who I got to meet. So that was amazing. And yeah, the social aspect I did get a little sidetracked with. and I didn't want to start pulling out the camera and filming people because I don't know who's comfortable with being on camera and who isn't. So that's not my place. So what did I take away? So as I mentioned, I had a really good chat with the GSP stand. I went and had a really good chat with the fashion stand. So there was quite a few people working on the fashion stand, and I basically asked, like, I don't really sell pre-love. Like, pre-love is not my speciality. So was there anyone I could speak to? So there was a guy, and he said, yes, come and talk to me. So I had a really good chat with him. Basically, what the point I was trying to ask was that at the moment, eBay has, and I think ever since the Love Island partnership started, there's been a real big, huge push for pre-loved fashion. There's so much marketing. You can do a lot with that. But for me, I'm not really in that pre-love niche. So I sell mainly new with tags, new without tags. So I was kind of saying to him, like, I don't really know where I fit in, because I'm not a pre-loved seller, but then equally, I'm not like, you know, the super dry outlet, the jewels outlet. I'm not a retailer. So yeah, I was just having a chat to him about that. Also, he was talking about like a Q4 webinar, which is happening soon. And again, that is mainly focusing on pre-loved. But I asked if I would be able to kind of get in on that, just to have a heads up on what their strategies are for Q4. Just see if what their strategies are, if that is anything that I can work into my business. I managed to get a contact for him, so I'm going to drop him a message. And I mean, it's just handy to have an extra contact really at eBay. So I also had a one-to-one. Now, I am already on the eBay Startup Scaler program, so I already have a rep who I talk to on a very regular basis. She's been working with me since March this year. And yeah, so obviously a lot of the standard things what they tell me I've already implemented, and what I'll do is I will go over some of those things that I have implemented, just because I know it might help other people. So with my one-to-one, I was trying to get out of it kind of like what will happen when my Startup Scaler program ends. Is there something else I could be included in? Is there a specific path where they can offer guidance for certain niches, certain categories? Because at the moment the support I get is amazing, but it's very generic, so it's a lot of which it could be applied to any categories, whereas I'm wondering whether anyone can specifically help me with my category. I think they said that's something maybe they're kind of looking at in the future. The main thing, basically, my markdown sales don't work. They never have. Me and my rep have worked on it together. I've taken her suggestions on board, and my markdown sales, they just never get the traction. So I was just asking him, don't get me wrong, it could be, so my markdown sales, it's old inventory. I'm not putting amazing new inventory into a markdown sale. So it could just be that the stuff, you know, no one wants it. That if that's the case, then fine. So he had a little look, and he basically said he feels that eBay needs to push, like the marketing needs to push my markdown sales. But obviously that's nothing I can do. So he made a point to take that away and see, you know, if there's certain banners or certain promotions which I could be included in. So there's been a big push this year at both the eBay Open in Manchester and London. From what I've heard, there has been a big push regarding and around stagnant listings. So eBay are classing a stagnant listing as a listing which has been on the site for more than 90 days and obviously it hasn't sold. The eBay stance is to end those items, optimize them, and then relist them or sell similar, whichever. Now, personally, this is something that it's been in the back of my mind and I have been trying to work on it. My personal strategy is to put items into a markdown sale, and I'm talking a 30-40% off markdown sale, just because I like having the red strike through, people know it's on sale. So I've been trying to do that first of all, but as I've just said, my markdown sales, they aren't amazing, they aren't great, I don't see amazing results. So once the markdown sale ends, we're only allowed a markdown sale for a maximum of 2 weeks here in the UK.
Once the sale ends, I have then been going into the items that were in the markdown sale, and I've been trying to basically optimize them. So end them and then sell similar. But I don't just want to do that, because for me, if an item's been there for 90 days and it hasn't sold, there's something wrong with it. A, it could be the item, which is my bad. B, it could be the photographs. It could be the listing. It could be item specifics are missing. It could be I've made a massive mistake in the listing itself. So I want to get to the root of why this item hasn't had any interest, why it hasn't sold. So I've been going through and basically ending them, selling similar, but before I just push send, sell similar on the exact same item with the same problems, I've been going in, I've been checking the title, I've been checking the item specifics, I've been checking the description, I've been doing those amendments. And if I'm doing those amendments and it has just been in a markdown sale, I'm also reducing the price by around 30%. So that's something that I am working on, but obviously that takes time. And if I've got 200 items coming out of a markdown sale, it's investing that time to basically fix stuff. And basically that was kind of the extent of the chat with my rep, because, as I say, because I've been working with a different rep, I know what they're going to say. I will go through, basically so some of these points I have taken on board and have implemented in my store, and others I might not have, but it's all personal preference. I just want to tell you what eBay are basically telling me. So number one comes up everywhere, every time, has done for years. They want a white background. They want the photoshopped white background. Now, personally, that is not something I do, but that's what eBay wants. They want free postage and also, to an extent, free returns. Now, I offer free postage. Part of me offering free postage is because I am selling in the new category. So I need to be competitive not only with other people on eBay, but I need to be competitive with people going to the retailer themselves. So I do offer free postage. I also have implemented 60-day returns, which is something that my rep has taught me. And to be honest, I haven't noticed any difference. The returns I generally get, someone will receive the item within a few days of having it, they'll know it doesn't fit and they will want to return. I don't really get people abusing the return system very often. Yeah, so the 60-day returns hasn't done anything. I can't say I noticed a sudden influx in sales, but then equally I haven't noticed any more returns than normal. Obviously we all know they push promoted listings. I personally do promote anyway. There was a lot of talk of listing optimization, so they want people to work on their titles. They say, and they have said this for quite a while, the first 4 words of your listing title are the most important. You need to think like the customer. What is the customer searching for? And those 4 words need to be at the front. They want you to use the whole, so I believe you get 80 characters in your title. They want you to use as many of those characters as possible. But again, by the time you've put the brand in, you've put the colour, you've put the size, you've put the style, add in a couple of keywords and you've pretty much filled the whole box anyway. Item specifics is another one that always comes up, and it's up with the rep that there is the age-old argument of leaving it blank if it doesn't apply versus entering NA if it doesn't apply. Personally, I'm leaving it blank. It's just more work. Photographs, they are saying 12 photographs as a minimum. Oh, this is actually an interesting one, which my rep spoke to me about, and I actually don't do this. And I think at the moment, I don't have any plans to implement this. So basically videos, he was saying about, obviously you can now include a video in next to your photos. I have tried it and it takes quite a while to buffer and upload in the listing. And I think maybe that will be better in the future, but I think for now, people are mainly still looking at photographs, in my personal opinion. So GSP, international shipping, that is also a classic one that comes up. Basically, it's eBay offer a service, call global shipping. You literally tick a box and then you send it, your item sells as normal, you send it as normal, it's a UK address, and eBay will take care of any international overseas shipping. Now, if you would like me to do a video on any of those things there, what I've spoken about, go a bit more in depth, explain anything, give you any working examples, let me know. Always happy to do that. And I really am actually looking forward to the next one.